Hey everybody, it is late at night and I'm Norman. One of you was asking for a follow-up video on these watches. My black dial Poljot and my silver dial one. So obviously I still have these watches and they still run. How well? And do I ever wear them? Let's discuss that in tonight's video. So this Poljot here is the watch that started it all. This was my first foray into vintage watches, and this was the first watch I purchased that has an acrylic crystal, besides swatches of course. And as you can see, this crystal is still in great shape. I've polywatched it a couple times, and yeah, this watch looks like brand new, which is so crazy. The case is absolutely flawless. I spent about $100 for this. Unfortunately, I don't wear these Polyots much anymore. Not that I don't like them, but I have some other vintage watches that I end up wearing, and I'm still kind of obsessed with my Dolce Vita, my Seiko Dolce, and my Everest Gilt Dial. So those watches have been getting a ton of wrist time, but these are brilliant watches, and I have no intention of getting rid of them. I definitely do wear them every now and then. So I put this watch on the time grapher tonight, and it's doing okay. It has pretty decent amplitude to it. The beat error's not bad at all. It's at 0.6 milliseconds. However, it's running over a minute fast per day. So the movement seems to be healthy, but it definitely needs some regulating. And I'll probably have to do that at some point. And I currently have it on one of my Shell Cordovan straps that I believe I bought on eBay. And they come with a buckle like this, kind of swatch style, which I love. These buckles are super cool. And these straps are really nice too. I like how they have a black underside, so they don't really discolor as you wear them and as they age and whatnot, but yeah, really nice straps. I think that they were around $60 if I remember correctly, but yeah, this watch is just brilliant looking. Look at how thin these are. And having seen a Don Draper in person, and then coming home and wearing these, I feel like these are almost like a poor man's Omega Seamaster DeVille vintage, in a way. They kind of, just at glancing down at your wrist, have a similar aesthetic to them. They're just all dial. Dressy, just gorgeous. The second Poljot that I got was my silver dial one. And I got this one because I absolutely love the font that's on that dial. It's super retro future style. And I didn't expect the silver of the dial itself to be so amazing. And you can't really see it on video, but in person, when you're out and about and it's in sunlight or just natural daylight, that silver is really cool. The dark that you see there from the sunburst is really dark in natural light. Just so cool looking. And the overall tone of that silver is brilliant. This one is also thin like my black dial. I believe these are actually the same kind of case. I don't think there's any real differences between the two. Yeah, they look identical. Yep, definitely. And this dial has the same etched in hour markers that the black one has for all of the non-numeric indicators there. And that's something that you'll find on pretty much all of these vintage Poljots and similar watches. This one was also about $100 on eBay, and it also looks like brand new. The crystal's in excellent shape, and as you can see, I have it on a matching strap, identical to the one that's on my black dial Poljot. Yeah, I bought a couple of these straps because after getting one, I was totally impressed by them. So I picked up a second one. I think I've worn this watch more than the black dial one, actually. Again, that dial it can't really be captured in film. You have to see it in person. It just looks so cool. And both of these are just super mid-century looking. Brilliant. Alright, so let me get a wrist shot of both of these so you can see what it looks like when you're wearing them. Alright, so let me take off the brilliant Juvenia watch. That was actually a gift to the channel. So generous. This watch is just amazing. I love its Bauhaus aesthetics and how thin it is. An absolutely brilliant watch. Let me take this off and we'll see what it's like when you're wearing the vintage Poljots. And here is the black dial Poljot. My wrist is 55 millimeters wide and 7 inches in diameter. So that is how this watch fits on my size wrist. I'm used to vintage sizes, so this looks totally normal. And compared to some of my vintage pieces, it's actually a little large for a vintage size watch. You can kind of see how it almost has like a Don Draper aesthetic, just in glancing down at your wrist here. And I lucked out with both of these. The movements are pretty healthy. I have a buddy of mine who I think ordered one and it was kind of dead. But if I remember right, he was able to return it and later on purchased another one. This was a while ago, so hopefully I'm remembering all of those details correctly, but it looks amazing. And there is the silver dial one. See if I can capture some of the brilliance of that dial. Not terribly well compared to what it looks like in person, but both of these watches are just gorgeous. There's that cool buckle. Yeah, they're super classy looking, very mid-century style. Great affordable vintage dress pieces. So there you have it, the two watches that actually got me started in collecting vintage watches. They're absolutely brilliant looking, probably Franken watches, and they look brand new, which is pretty amazing. Their movements are functioning okay. They don't appear to be sick at all, but they could use a little bit of regulating. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Thanks for watching.